constituency for more on this. Also coming up, government alarmed by HIV infections among young people as President Mahama calls for a youth-led national conversation on prevention. Details as he describes Ghana's maternal mortality rate as a silent emergency.
We're also alarmed by the rising HIV rates, especially amongst young people. This points to stigma and limited access to sexual health education.
U.S. government tightens visa rules for Ghana and other African countries as it slashes the duration and entry limits for non-immigrant visas. What's up in sports?
Well, after paying off the $38,000 debts to New DBRC United, Accra Hearts have been slapped with another transfer ban.
In our climate focus series today, we'll tell you how plastic collectors in Accra are making a living from what the city throws away and filling a gap in its broken waste system.
We'll melt it, they'll take away black quality. I have sewa plate, sewa bowl, wachi plate. I've named it in Ghanaian way. I'm not going to do it like the Chinese people, they'll write chin-chon on it.
Also coming up,
raindrops are falling on my head, and just like the guy whose feet are too.
It's going to be a cold July and August. That's the latest forecast from the Ghana Meteorological Agency, which predicts cloudy skies and chilly mornings across most parts of the country for 2 months. I'll bring you details of that and more in this bulletin. I am Hannah Odame. This is Joy News. We are independent, fearless, and credible. In our first story, the opposition New Patriotic Party (NPP) is mounting more justification for why they have decided to boycott the rerun of parliamentary elections in 19 polling stations in the Ablekuma North constituency, this time calling out the Ghana Police Service. The NPP pulled out of the elections on Tuesday, citing the Electoral Commission for violation of electoral regulations and contempt of court. Meanwhile, Joy News is learning that the Electoral Commission has begun printing of ballot papers regardless. Today, the party's General Secretary, Justin Kudja, says the inconsistencies that coupled the coalition process is not limited to only the EC, but the Ghana Police Service as well. Listen to his interaction with Evans Mensah on PM Express last night.
The new IGP also came in, and there have been several meetings between the IGP and the Electoral Commission, and even the political parties. So on 3rd June, I wrote 2 letters, one to the Ghana Police Service and the other to the Electoral Commission, to inquire about the status of Ablekuma North coalition. The Ghana Police responded by stating that they are ready to provide security, but however, they have been told by the NDC that there's a pending case at the court which has not been determined, and therefore if they should proceed to provide any protection, they will be in contempt of court, and for that matter they are unable to provide security. But they have however written to the Attorney General for advice. As I indicated, I had also written to the Electoral Commission to also seek their response on the Ablekuma North impasse. Then the EC responded to my letter on 11th of June, where they indicated that so far as they know and on record, there are only 3 outstanding polling stations, and for them, they are ready when the police provide them with security to complete the collation.
You said 3?
3 polling stations, as at the letter that they sent to me on 11th of June. And they are waiting for the police to provide security. And for them, there is no case pending before the court. So the Ghana Police Service, all that they have to do is to provide security, and which we side with the position of the Electoral Commission, because if there is or there was any case in court, definitely we are interested party would have been served. The Ghana Electoral Commission would have also been served, which there is no case because we have not been served. So we find it very astonishing, the defense by the Ghana Police Service. We just for us draw the conclusion that it's an attempt to frustrate the process because the NDC is in government and they have control over the Ghana Police. That is our position.
Well, the NDC, however, says they are unfazed by the MPP's decision to pull out from the election. Deputy General Secretary Mustafa Gbande says the party has deployed all resources, including the national chairman, Johnson Osiedu Nketia, to ensure victory for their candidates.
We are ready. Our teams are on the ground. We've seen the national chairman himself
move into the field. We are ready for the Friday's election. We've sent our agents to participate in the printing of ballot papers, and everything is underway. And this is ready. It's our seat, and we won that election. The people of Ablekumanov contemplated in voting for Arabina Obeng. Nothing will stop us from taking that seat, and we are going back for them to conclude on what is in question.
Confirm that the printing of ballots is happening. Do you know whether it has the NPP candidate as well?
I will not speak to details of it, but I do know that we are supervising printing of ballot papers for the Friday's election.
Okay.
And the NDC is ready to go in there and win that seat.
Bearing in mind why we have to do this rerun, how are you securing copies of your pink sheet in order to forestall what we have seen in the last few months?
We have secured pink sheets of over 40,000 entire country's election, and so this one is just a small job for us to do. We don't take anything for granted.
You heard the Deputy General Secretary Mustafa Bande speaking with James Saveji, who is currently in the constituency and joins us live. So, James, how prepared are the voters? 48 hours to election.
Well, Hannah, I've been interacting with a number of them here. I'm currently at the Kwasiman traffic light and have been interacting with a number of them. It's surprising to know that for some of them, they have no idea what is on our hands, that the election is happening on Friday. For those who know, what they are calling for is for it to happen faithfully so that Ablekman North constituency could get an MP at the end of Friday.
Thank you very much, James Saveji there. Now, Fred Smith, Joy News Editor, is in the studio with me with some updates. We know that the MPP candidate has secured an injunction. What is the current status of that?
Well, Hannah, we do understand that the application has been thrown out, and so the Electoral Commission will be free to go ahead with the polls on Friday.
And that's on Friday. Joy News will be there live with updates for all our platforms. Moving on, Transparency International Ghana is demanding the passage of the Conduct of Public Officers Bill to mandate declaration, verification, and publication of assets of public office holders. The anti-corruption organization says Ghana's current asset declaration regime is outdated and ineffective to effect stringent reforms against public sector corruption. These loopholes, punishable by sheer administrative penalties, are allowing public misconduct to thrive. Let's hear from Michael Kwame Buidi, who is a fundraising manager for Transparency International Ghana.
We are yet to come to that score now, and so we are watching as events unfold.
Individually, what do you think that we can possibly do to change the narrative?
There are a number of things that we have talked about. We have started talking about the fact that our asset declaration regime, as we have it in Ghana, is not fit for purpose. It has served its purpose, and now we need to review it. Our declaration regime, as we have it in Ghana, is not fit for purpose. It has served its purpose, and now we need to review it and amend the law. We have called for the passage of the Conduct of Public Officers Bill, which then will amend the asset declaration regime and allow for declaration, verification, and publication. That is the first step that we can do to cure public sector corruption. We need to get to the stage where conflict of interest is criminalized. Conflict of interest is at the heart of every corrupt practice that happens.
Meanwhile, the Shraj Sub-Regional Director Samuel Asante Yeboah is entreating legal institutions to fast-track corruption cases to help reduce adjournments.
We will entreat the courts to put some, emergency situations on those matters and be able to carry out their mandate, and the adjournments should be reduced to the barest minimum, so that when issues of corruption are sent to the court, they'll be able to prosecute the matter speedily, and so that it will serve as a deterrent to will-be perpetrators to desist from carrying out with sin. I believe that when that is done, we will all be helping in the fight against corruption.
Let's move on. And government has expressed deep concern over the increasing rates of HIV infections, particularly among young people, citing, among others, limited access to comprehensive sexual health education as a key contributing factor. Speaking at the launch of the 2025 Voluntary National Review of the UN Sustainable Goals, President Mahama stressed the need for youth-led national conversation on HIV prevention. A recent report by the Ghana AIDS Commission revealed that 15,290 new HIV infections were recorded in the year 2024 alone. Of these, 11,289 cases involved individuals aged 15 and above.
We're also alarmed by the rising HIV rates, especially amongst our young people. This points to a failure in communications, stigma, and limited access to sexual health education. We need a bold youth-led national conversation on prevention supported by our schools, by our health workers, our parents, and the media. Prevention is essential, but empowerment is the key.
Well, in addition to those concerns about HIV, the president described Ghana's maternal mortality rate as a silent emergency.
Ghana's maternal mortality rate, over 300 deaths per 100,000 lives births, is more than 4 times the SDG target. In some rural areas and other communities, it is even higher. This is a silent emergency, and we must improve antenatal care. We must expand the number of CHIPS compounds, increase the number of skilled birth attendants, and make maternal health services affordable and accessible. Recently, one of the ministers announced that we're going to build a certain number of CHIPS compounds, and somebody was challenging how we're going to do it. All we've done is to release 80% of the common fund to the districts. And in the guidelines we've given them, we've asked them to build 1 CHIPS compound every year. And so it means every assembly will build at least 4 CHIPS compounds. 4 CHIPS compounds times 261 will give you the number that we potentially can build. But then we must equip them with what is necessary, scans, so that the health attendants can see if there's going to be a complicated birth and be able to move the mother quickly to the referral centers.
Now, the Ministry of Roads and Highways says it is committed to completing the Ofanko-Nsawam Road despite owing the contractor $70 million. PRO Nasir Ahmed Yati says the contractor has remobilized and is working to ease travel on the vital 37-kilometer stretch. Government also plans to release 4 billion cedis to get contractors back to work nationwide. Emmanuel Jivenu was there and reports.
This is no ordinary road. It is one of Ghana's most critical corridors, the 37-kilometer stretch linking the capital Accra to Nsawam and further into the middle and northern belts. This road has been in a deplorable state. Ridwan Kasim Jamal is a driver and should be in Burkina Faso by now. Instead, he's been stuck here for the past 2 weeks.
My car just twists left and right and my cross members broke it. That's why that my car has been imbalanced like this. So it's the road that is not good. This is where I've been staying. I've been sleeping inside the car tonight. At the daytime, then I'll be going and sitting over there because of the ducks.
It is not just cars breaking down. It is the people too. Drivers, traders, passengers choking on dust.
The road spoil. It makes the passengers who did the road top, they suffer. Some of the cars, some are 10 city, Midday 10 city, you see. People who did the road top, they suffer. The road, if you can't do harm.
Me can say, me pay scanning tea. My fine soon, but I mean, you can't tell me no smas. Bra, me heads, you
look at the nature of the road, it's very bad. If it rains, you can't pass here. And without the rains too, there's too much dust here.
From Amasaman to Saperman, through Midday to Nsawam, the only thing moving fast here is frustration.
But they for do for us, please. The road is not good at all.
People are falling sick because of the dust, and one woman even lost her pregnancy.
To the people who live and work along this stretch, this road is everything. It's their livelihood, their link to markets, their way to the hospital when someone falls sick. So they ask, how can a road this important, one that feeds Accra, carries the north to the south, be left for this so long? Emmanuel Jivenu, Choi News, in Sawam.
Let's now hear from the ministry's PRO, Nasir Ahmed Iyate.
That project got stalled because of debt, because we owe the contractor. We owe the contractor almost, if you put together a certificate that he has raised and the one that is yet to be satisfied, we owe the contractor almost $17 million on that project. And so the minister engaged the contractor. The contractor has agreed that even though we owe, he's going to mobilize back to site as at yesterday. And then it will take him about 6 weeks. It will take him about 6 weeks to remedy those sections of the road that are very bad and causing a lot of distress to the motoring public.
Now, in Accra's cables and wireless area, plastic waste is a way of life. Here, the men and women dig through what the city throws away. They collect, sort, crush, and sell, turning the trash into income, one bottle at a time. In our Climate Focus series today, MFA Aditi tells the story of how their work puts food on the table and also keeps plastics off the streets.
In the cables and wireless area of Accra, a small but important recycling hub is giving plastic waste a second life.
This one will melt it, they will do takeaway, black polythene.
Interesting. Al Hassan is a local recycler. Every day, he collects plastics from across the city, crushes into raw chips, and sells them to manufacturers.
Because of this job, my Peking gets scholarship for outside. Because of this job, I build my own house with wife with 2 kids.
Portia is one of the many women who sort plastics by hand. Nana Kofi Hinaku, who runs Star Plastics and Alinko, buys recycled plastic.
You're still listening to the Midday News live on Joy 99.7 FM. We'll take a short break here. When we come back, U.S. government tightens visa rules for Ghana, slashes duration and entry limits for non-immigrant visas. Also,
raindrops are falling on my head, and just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed, nothing seems to fit.
It's going to be a cold July and August. That's the latest forecast from the Ghana Meteo Agency, which predicts cloudy skies and chilly mornings across most parts of the country for 2 months.
When budgets are tight and money difficult to come by, you want to be sure you get the best value for your money. These are not times to be spending money fixing expensive engine problems because of cheap fuel and lubricants. Drive to a petrol source station today and buy your quality fuel and lubricants, and rest assured of fuel that lasts long and lubricants that prevent expensive engine problems. Hear the sound. Petrosol, clean fuel in full quantity.
When I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth with Kale Charcoal toothpaste. This gives me confidence all day.
Anytime you meet Amma, don't be surprised I smile showing my beautiful white teeth because I don't have cavity thanks to Kale Charcoal toothpaste for its natural charcoal properties. In fact, we are like twins. I can't go without my Kale Charcoal toothpaste.
That be why I dey use Kale Charcoal toothpaste morning and night when I dey go bed safe. It dey make my teeth white when it dey comot every scent from my mouth inside. My confidence level they go up, so I dey show my 32 teeth all.
Introducing the Kale Charcoal Toothpaste, formulated with activated bamboo charcoal powder, ensures whiter teeth and removes bad breath. The strong natural property of the activated bamboo charcoal removes bacteria, absorbs surface stains on our teeth caused by coffee, wines, and tobacco. Welcome, Kale Charcoal Toothpaste. Kale Charcoal Toothpaste, Sankofa, Yenchi.
Kel, happy smile.
This advert is FDA approved.
Junior, your school bus will soon get here. Hurry up.
Mommy, my head is aching me and I'm feeling cold. Honey, Junior's temperature is too high and he feels feverish.
Oh, baby. So you didn't give him the Encamol paracetamol syrup that I gave you the last time?
Oh, no, I forgot.
Okay, you know what? It's not too late. Just give him Encamol and he'll be fine in no time. Encamol paracetamol syrup, a strawberry-flavored paracetamol syrup, and it's specially made for children aged 3 months to 12 years. It helps manage pain like headaches, teething pain, and fever. And guess what? Because of the strawberry flavor, the kids enjoy taking it.
I can tell from the way he's licking his lips. And look at how he's jumping around. Hurry up and go to school, Junior.
Yes, now you can get Encamol paracetamol syrup in all pharmacy shops. For bulk purchase, go to NK Pharma head office, Abelinkwe, or call 050-658-8315. This advert is FDA approved.
Yeah, welcome back, and it's time for sports.
Well, Ghana Premier League side Accra Hearts have been hit with another transfer ban despite clearing a $38,000 settlement agreed with New Odibiasi United last week. This has to do with the club's refusal to pay an amount of 106,477 Ghana cedis to its former player Francis Ajete. Now, on June 24, the disciplinary committee of the Ghana Football Association enforced a CAS directive instructing the club to pay the said amount plus 5% annual interest from September 15, 2023 and $1,250 in legal costs. The GFA then gave Accra Hearts a final deadline of July 7, 2025 to settle that debts, warning that failure to comply would result in an automatic transfer ban. Well, as of this afternoon, Joy Sports checks with Accra Hearts and the Ghana Football Association have both confirmed that Hearts have not been able to honor that obligation, and so they are automatically facing a transfer ban. But per the GFA regulations, the moment they settle that debt, that transfer ban will be lifted.
Thank you very much, Achu. Now, the U.S. government has revised its visa reciprocity policy for Ghana and other countries, reducing the duration and number of entries allowed under most non-immigrant visa categories. The move follows a similar adjustment recently announced for Nigerian nationals. Joy News editor Fred Smith joins me in the studio for further details. So, Fred, what details does this policy hold?
Well, according to the U.S. Department of State Bureau of Consular Affairs, holders of A-class visas, primarily diplomats and government officials, will continue to receive multiple entry visas with validity ranging from 24 to 60 months. The report also says that the K1 visa issued to foreign citizen fiancé of a U.S. citizen intending to marry within 90 days of arrival in the United States, the K2 visa granted to the unmarried dependent child under 21 years old of a K1 visa holder are both single entry visas valid for a 6-month period. The K3 visa for the foreign citizen spouse of a U.S. citizen and the K4 visa for their unmarried dependent child under 21 years of age are both multiple entry visas valid for 24 months. The ministry, well, that's the statement from the U.S. Department of State, Hannah.
Thank you very much, Joy News editor Fred Smith there, and you'll find all those details on myjoyonline.com. Now, the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, in partnership with the Presidential Directorate on Agriculture and Businesses, is taking bold steps to industrialize coconut farming in Ghana. As part of a major intervention, government is set to distribute 3 million coconut seedlings nationwide, a move expected to create over 10,000 jobs. There's more in this report.
IAA Peter Boama Otokuna explains the visit was to assess nursery preparations ahead of the mass distribution of coconut seedlings under the government Coconut Expansion Program. He says the initiative is not only aimed at increasing coconut cultivation, but geared towards job creation, especially for the youth.
we are going to give this high value elite seedlings to our farmers. Some are already commercial farmers. There are people and individuals who are already harboring the intention to venture into coconut farming as well. All these individuals will be given unfettered opportunity to have access to some of the seedlings.
Meanwhile, the Vice President of the Coconut Federation of Ghana, Kweku Boateng, commended government for the intervention. He says he believes the program has the potential to transform rural economies.
The Federation is very excited about this initiative by His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, and we want to thank him. This has been long overdue, especially when coconut has moved from a sleeping giant to a global giant. The farmers are ready, and then we also want to give our technical backing, and then the access to the market, which is very keen. And so I think all the bottlenecks have been taken care of to ensure that this project is highly successful, and it touches lives, especially rural empowerment and the youth and then the women.
Now, if you're planning to step out in shorts this July and August, you might want to pack an umbrella and maybe a light sweater too. The Ghana Meteo Agency has issued a fresh advisory forecasting cooler than usual conditions over the next 2 months, with intermittent light rains, reduced sunshine, and misty mornings expected across much of the country. Joint News Editor Fred Smith is here with me again with details of the forecast. So tell us about that.
Well, according to GMET's July to August 2025 weather advisory, the stratiform cloud cover will dominate southern Ghana and significantly limiting solar penetration. And in addition to that, the arrival of maritime winds laden with cool air, and you have a recipe for lower than normal temperatures, particularly in the coastal and forest regions. Minimum temperatures are forecast to hover between 19 degrees Celsius and 25 degrees Celsius, while daytime highs will vary depending on the zone. Coastal areas will experience temperatures between 27 degrees Celsius and 29 degrees Celsius.
So what should we expect during this period?
Well, prolonged periods of slight rain or drizzle, little to no sunshine, foggy and misty conditions, especially in mountainous and forest zones, cool evenings and chilly mornings. And GMET is warning that this weather pattern could affect outdoor activities and transportation in fog-prone areas. And Ghanaians are encouraged to stay updated on daily forecasts and take necessary precautions, especially during morning commuting.
Thank you very much, Fred Smith there. Yeah, 19 schools are back in the ring today, but only 4 will book a spot in tomorrow's Central Regional NSMQ finals. 13 winners of regional qualifiers are being joined by 6 Cedar schools to battle for only the 4 available slots of the day, with defending regional champions Adisadel College and the reigning national champions in Fansipem School drawn in the same contest. The stage is set for one of the fiercest battles yet. My colleague Adobia Sari is in the central region monitoring the contest and joins us with more. So Adobia, what's the latest? What school has secured the first slots of the day?
Hannah, so the first slot hasn't been secured yet. However, Augustins is in a comfortable lead of 46 points as at round 2. They are contesting with Nyakrom, Senior High, Fanseman, Obriyeboa, and Hope College. In the first round, they really gave a wide gap, and in the second round, they further stretched the gap. The third round also saw them acing all their questions. They haven't missed any question in the third round, so it's very obvious that their marks are going to be further stretched. It looks very promising for St. Augustine's, as they may be able to secure the first slot of the day.
Adobia Sari will bring us details of that contest in subsequent bulletins, and you can also find more stories on myjoyonline.com. That's it for the Midday News. Thanks for joining us. I am Hannah Odame, leaving word with Pastor Mensa.